Hello and welcome to the first and hopefully last episode of Quarantine Cuisine. I'm your host Isaac Edelman, and today we will be cooking specialty COVID-19 quesadillas. COVID-19 not included. So the ingredients are some tortillas, one or two depending on how hungry you are. Some cheese. I'm going with sharp cheddar and some butter, and that's it. It's a pretty simple meal. So first you're going to want to take a quesadilla and butter it. I just use a butter knife, but you can use whatever you like. Oh, and this is a new pack of butter. Oh, and always remember to wash your hands. I already washed my hands, but you definitely don't want to contract anything. Dispose of this. So you want to butter the quesadilla thoroughly, but not too much, so that it'll brown and cook well and form a yummy, crispy quesadilla. And make sure you keep this knife so you can cut the quesadilla later once you finish cooking it. So now that our quesadilla is thoroughly buttered, get this little extra bit of butter off the knife and put it into your pan. Don't start heating it yet, but I like to do this to keep the plate clean because I don't like the extra butter. So you take the other tortilla and start to butter it. Oh, and make sure you put your tortilla in butter side down so that you can get a good brown on the outside. So butter this side. And it doesn't have to be perfect, just good enough to be good. So whatever to your liking, I'm not judging. A little bit more butter. And there you go. So leave this on the plate and turn your pan on to about medium high, or 7 on my cooktop, and you let that start to heat up, and then you want to start putting the cheese on. Put this butter off to the side, we don't need it anymore. I like to go a little bit skimpy, but you can put however much you like. Again, I'm not judging. And also, if you like the brown crispy bits around the edge, you might want to kind of go in a circle around the edge. I hope you're all safe in your homes, not contracting anything, or if you're watching this in the future, I hope you are making a good quesadilla. Okay, I'm going to put a little bit more, and then we're good. Okay, so now we can put this cheese to this side. This is about what you want. So I'm going to get my spatula out. And you can hear it starting to sizzle, or maybe you can't. So you want to kind of you want to put the top tortilla on to keep the cheese in. Doesn't have to be perfect. And just let the cheese melt a little bit. You want kind of look like this. And so you gotta check under the tortilla. It's not brown yet, but once it starts getting little brown dots, cook it however long you want, but don't burn it. It doesn't taste very well when burnt. So I'm just gonna let that cook on here for a bit. Yeah, so let that go for a little bit. Yeah. You can add whatever you want and use whatever kind of cheese, but I prefer cheddar. You can see it's starting to get a little bit bubbly, which means it's working. Oh yeah, that's starting to get some good brown. I'll show it to you when I flip the tortilla over. Doesn't smell like much, but sure is gonna taste good. Oh yeah, and you can see we're getting those good brown crispy bits around the edge. That's what I like to see. And remember, don't try and cook it too much the first time. You can flip it back over if you want. I'll let it go for a few more seconds. Yeah. And so now we flip. Just be careful. Don't spill some cheese everywhere. But you see we got that nice brown and those good crispies. You can push the tortilla down a little bit to get out the bubbles and distribute the cheese better. And remember to keep an eye on your quesadilla. Wow, it's really bubbling. Oh yeah, and you'll notice it starts to brown a lot faster, so don't take your guard off of it. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, the other side's also nice and golden brown. I'm gonna flip it again. So here's what it looks like. Let the other side cook a little bit more. And just cook to whatever your preferences are. Oh, yeah. Flip it again. And again, these are just extra steps because I want this to be the most perfect quesadilla in the world. Yep, so it's about good, so we can take it off the plate, turn off the heat, and put up your spatula, and look at it. It's beautiful. I'll flip it over. Ooh, it certainly is hot. Ugh. You do not want to pour your quesadilla on the counter. Now, you can wait till it cools down a little bit, but I'm extreme, so I'm going to cut it now. I like to cut mine into quarters. You can eat the whole thing, halves, thirds, 20 seconds. I don't care. In fact, if you can do 20 seconds, email me. And you can just kind of slice through it, but it doesn't have to go all the way through, so you can get that good cheese spread and rip it apart. Ow. So let's see the cheese stretch. As you can see, I didn't put a lot of cheese on it, so it's not spreading very well. But yeah, this is a good quesadilla. So, I hope you've enjoyed this episode of Quarantine Cuisine. I'm your host, and please cook responsibly. Make sure you have parental supervision. Always wash your hands, and see you later. And make sure to enjoy your quesadilla while it's hot, and put up your ingredients when you're done. So it's been fun, but goodbye.